So, this feels very well timed, all things considered, and I know the comments have already gone crazy. Good. Let's get this conversation going. But Maxwell Jacob Friedman, even at the tender age of 27 years old, is totally smashing pro wrestling to the point he is the AEW World Champion and he is a genuine ratings draw. Everything he predicted came true. So yeah, I'm saying it. If you want to come at me, you can come at me. That sounded terrible. But as far as I'm concerned, Maxwell Jacob Friedman is a modern day GOAT. Why? Here's why. So I want to start a little bit out of left field here, because I'm not talking about his in-ring work, I'm not talking about his promos, even though both of those rule as well. I am talking about the way that he sees wrestling. This has certainly been more prevalent ever since he did turn babyface, and Maxwell himself has talked about this, and it all comes down to the fact that sports entertainment is cyclical. And that's me drawing a circle, but I've done it now, there's no going back. Because we have had big man wrestling, flippy wrestling, angle wrestling, work shoot wrestling. I mean, the business chops and changes depending on what life is doing. Maybe in 2023, it's more diverse than ever. I mean, you can tune into any major show right now and get lucha style, technical wrestling, a massive brawl. Obviously, WWE has a particular way of doing things. So the choice is mad. And if you don't like one event, just give it 24 hours and there'll be another option. You can go enjoy that one instead. So the churn is insane. And I think that MJF has picked up on this and he has decided, well, I tell you what is old could be new again. Once again, he's totally smashed it. Because be it the double clothesline, the kangaroo kick, or just walking out and saying, hey, man that's bigger than me, I'm going to give you a slam, Maxwell Jacob Friedman has become the master of setting up a simple goal, telling the audience what he's going to do, they then invest into it, so when he achieves his aims, we all go totally nuts. So I'm sorry, but that's genius, and it means this guy doesn't have to do like a moonsault over the rope, although more power to anybody doing that. But it also means, as well as extending his career if he's lucky, it also feels exciting and it also feels fresh. And why? Because nobody else is doing it. Of course, wrestling evolves, and if you don't try and keep up with it, you will be left behind. But MJF has just gone back to basic character work and ensuring that you care about his persona. Because when you have emotion invested in the game, well, all of a sudden you start to feel warm and fuzzy in your tum-tum. And because we care, it basically means he can do whatever the flub he wants, as long as he introduces it at the right time, so we know what we're expecting. So we will all be on the edge of our seats, desperate to see a body slam, and when he does hit it, well, we got what we were promised. And not everybody can do this either. You can't just go and take Broom McBroomface and say, hey, you go out there and follow those simple steps, and I bet you get the same kind of reaction, because we have no idea who Broom McBroomface is. The reason that Maxwell Jacob Friedman is able to do this is because he has taken years to get to this point, and now we know the deal. I mean, he has spent years on his gimmick and personality, and while there's always ups and downs, I know all about that. We have just applied so much emotion to this that we can get involved every single time. It's like if you have a 5-year-old and that 5-year-old is in the race, you will be so damn desperate for them to be successful. All the other parents, they don't care about your stupid kid. They're more worried about theirs. So when you do get a good outcome, it's just like, oh my gosh, that was the greatest thing in the world. And it all comes back down to how simple yet effective wrestling can be. I mean, if the audience is making a bunch of noise and going totally bonkers, then you have done your job. And honestly, if we go through maybe every single one of MJF's AEW matches, I can't remember one having even a little bit of silence. This is why we can double back round to everything else as well, because yeah, I mean, who cuts a better promo than MJF right now? Who has been a better bad guy than MJF right now? And who surprises you every single time he does get in the ring and puts on a banger match because you forgot he can do it? I've got this wrong in terms of my structure, but the answer, you'll be surprised to hear, is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And that's the other work of art here. He's not going all 1980s because he can't do the other style. He actually can, but he's made the conscious decision not to do it. I mean, he saw a gap in the market and he exploited it, and that is just a sign of a smart promoter. His recent babyface turn was yet more fuel on the fire, because look at this. We do have a tendency in pro wrestling to become a villain and walk out going, like wearing black so people can understand that we want to be hated. But all MJF did was continue to be the same scumbag, tell the fans that he's now their scumbag, and just focus all his hate on his opponent, or somebody like Jay White. So he's just tweaked who he is mad at, he hasn't insulted the audience, and all of it comes across as so damn believable, because we're not taking the piss. There is also something else we have to talk about. This is when once again the comments are going to go crazy, and it's 4 words: goofy wrestling for life. This will set people off as well because it always does, but I have to be true to myself. I just love nonsense. And even though MJF has done serious feud after serious feud after serious feud, we've seen it now, he also does not have a problem sending himself up. I mean, we had everything in 2023 with Adam Cole, which has been a total highlight to me. The singing he did with Chris Jericho, and sometimes when he's in a match and somebody goes to kick him in the face, he will shout something that is genuinely funny, and I'll be like, MJF, you such a car. So the man is entertaining, and if you are entertaining, who the flub cares how we got here? When I sit down to watch wrestling, I don't want to be upset, I want to enjoy myself. Max is also the realest dude in the room, and he never breaks character. And while we all love it now, do you know how hard that must have been when he first started doing it? Because you would have got people on social media going, that's absolutely terrible. How dare you say something like that? I mean, when individuals don't know what you're doing, eyebrows are going to be raised, but he did double down on this, and now everybody loves him, even those that are hard to please, such as Jim Cornette. I mean, that guy hates everything. The fact he's only going to improve too just extends this further, and if he does continue on his current trajectory, well, how the hell is he not going to be in the conversation when we're talking about all-time guys? I mean, he is leading the charge at AEW before he is 30 at the moment. That doesn't just happen. You've got to have something about you. I also respect the hell out of him because he is so damn vocal about subjects he's passionate about. Really, when you break it all down, he's quite an inspiring person, and he believes what he does, and all of that translates through the screen. And as ever, this isn't me saying that you have to be a fan of him. You can be a fan of whoever the flub you want. But I do know that every single time AEW does come on, I'm all like, oh my gosh, I wonder what MJF is going to do tonight. And I kind of think that's half the battle. I'm also constantly impressed what he does bring to the table, because once more, I saw 80,000 people go crazy for this guy when he was pretending to be a kangaroo. Not gonna lie, when that happened, that's when I knew all of this was true. Go Kangaroos. So we shall have to revisit this in 20 years to see if I am right, but in terms of modern day goats, or focusing on the new generation of sports entertainers, I throw MJF right in there, and I truly hope he does continue to succeed and totally win at life, because that's what we should all do. Support your fellow man. Otherwise, what is the flipping point? Now, of course, there'll be a lot of discourse to this, and you can let me know what you think in the comments below, but try and keep it respectful. You don't have to agree with me. I mean, look at me. I'm an absolute idiot. Before you like the video, share the video and subscribe. And there is a magic video on the screen right now. I think you should click it. You can also go to whatculture.com, where we shall keep you up to date with all the latest wrestling news and a bunch of editorial stuff as well. We're on social media at Simon316 and WhatCultureWWE. And otherwise, make sure you support your favorite wrestlers. Even if they never get back to you, if they do see it, do you know how happy that's going to make them? They have busted their ass. Now they have people going, oh my gosh, you're the best. Don't talk about that stuff enough. They are human beings at the end of the day. And MJF, you are right at the top of my list. He won't care. I'm a bored a-hole. But I've said it now. Goodbye.